it's the time to get down.
She said that, you know, there's no echo on Ustream feed, only on the live stream feed is what she's saying. So if you guys need to go get better audio and you're not getting it here on the Pack Stereo chat room, then just jump on over to Ustream and make sure that you open up your account there, because that's how you're going to.
And check this out. We're feeding both of those places the same stuff.
Yep. So that tells you.
That's all you know.
See,
all right, I'm just telling you.
Go.
And let me tell you something. Have you guys noticed I haven't complained this morning? You know, just like the first morning, I'm looking around.
And everything's working.
Everything's kind of working.
Emmy's saying it's the problems on our end because when we went to the computer screen, the issue went away.
See, boy, Emmy. Okay, Emmy, I owe you something.
She's a professional. She's been doing this longer than we have.
Well, I want to get her on her face, and we got to send her some T-shirts. She's going to be helping out. We're going to have to put you in uniform.
That's what I said.
Thanks, Emmy.
Thank you, Emmy. See, you guys, it's not just me. See,
look how he's turning that around. He's such a
I'm just saying.
manipulator.
Wait,
He's such a manipulator.
If it wasn't for Emmy, you heard my old woman throw me under the bus.
That's right.
If it wasn't for Emmy,
right.
y'all be thinking it was me that you got some echo.
See?
It ain't my echo. Echo, ain't that a bitch? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you got a loop going somewhere. That's right.
It's the police. All right, let's go to this wonderful next story because I know how much you guys need these stories. All right, check this out. Because of all the problems I told you with the the Toyota and the pedals, well, I told you guys it may be that technology actually may be industry-wide technology. Usually when you have something like brake pedals, some aspects of that are going to be used by other folks too, some parts of it. You may have a little bit different design, but usually there's going to be some things that you have in common. Well, it turns out Mazda and GM, they're getting nervous, you guys, so they've already started. They came out with their own smart pedal, quote unquote. It's called a smart pedal.
There we go.
Here's a picture right there.
Right there. And how smart is it?
It's pretty smart to me.
I like that.
Can it take a test?
Left, right.
Can it pass a drug test?
What is it, like 2 pedals there?
See? It's going to confuse you already.
Yeah. Which one do I step on?
But let me tell you how it works. This new smart pedal has a brake throttle override technology. You know what? I like that. You know, George Clinton had a word for that. He called it urge overkill.
Right.
He said, Mr. Prolong, makers of urge overkill, will help this because this brake throttle override technology is in there to help protect you. And it really, what it does is you're able to stop a vehicle with an open throttle. So even if you're speeding down the highway with a stuck throttle, you can hit this brake if you can remember to do so. Now some of you will kind of go like this. Okay. Right. But other ones of you will go like this.
Okay.
I think this would be the time to use the smart pedal. That's
cold.
But I think I would probably be in a group that's going, help, Daddy, hit the pedal. No, it's your fault.
That's more like what it feels like driving with him anyway. So,
oh, I told you the rebellion is live.
He started it.
I told you.
Mario, let me ask you this right here. So when these Toyota cars rev up and what have you, you can't just take the keys. You just can't take the keys out of the ignition and the car will just stop. I mean, they don't.
You know, Danny, that's what we used to do in my day, and I don't know.
You can't. I don't think you can do that because the way the cars are, you
just can't. Some of them even have a key anymore. Now, some of them have a thumb ignition.
Right. Yeah.
So you have to now stick your finger in it to turn it off. Used to have you have to stick your finger in it to turn it off.
Well, you should be able to tap it again to stop it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, I just want y'all to know.
Tap it in the middle of catastrophe.
I think when you're taught when you go to driving school, like
screaming too hard.
No, Pamela. No, I understand what you're saying because that's the initial reaction. But when you are trained and you go, like right now, my kid is going to instruction for driving and what have you. I told her to pay very attention to the emergency techniques. When she goes and takes her driving test, she'll do the written test, but then I got to go back and send her for a defensive driving and a more safety and emergency driving course, where she actually gets into the car, and they're going to wet that track for her and show her what it's like to hydroplane.
Well, I feel better now.
Instruction. Well, I had that instruction.
That's kind of like the little pillow on the airplane, right? The flotation device.
Oh, the seat cover, yeah. But you have to. What I'm saying is, you have to arm your children that way, and in any driver, because the road, especially in California, we do so much driving, you have to have those types of additional instruction. So, you know, I just feel that we have to do something. We have to do something.
I feel safer already. I can feel safer already.
Exactly. Not bad enough that we've got traffic and all kind of crazy drivers on the road. Now we got to worry about our actual automobile.
And who's behind you driving?
But it's a smart pedal.
That's right.
You got a smart
But I mean,
pedal.
how smart is the pedal?
The pedal's so smart, pedal.
That he'll tell you when to stop.
It even stops
Stop
Supreme
now.
Light.
Stop now.
I'm telling you. All right. Well, here's another story before we take a break. We want to tell this next story because I thought this would be a good lead-in. But as it turns out, the U.S. military is getting ready to help Mexico fight the drug wars. Have you been hearing about a lot of what's going down in Mexico? It's really been quite a bummer for everybody over the spring break, I might add, because, you know, torture, kidnapping tends to get in the way of the beach celebrations that you go
Partying
through on
and
the
the-
spring break.
yeah.
Yeah. Something about being in the Mexican jail can be a real bummer on the old spring break.
He'll
So,
never be the same.
so it's really been getting out of control as Mexico goes into a full war with the drug traffickers. And of course, being our colony, as it were, you know, I always say, you know, that's why I support the open borders, because I support the rights of all colonized people to float freely through the colony. That's what I do, like the good old days.
Mexico a colony?
Yeah, Mexico's like all our colonies. You just get to come on, you're our colony. Come on, hey, Jose,
Oh,
bring the
hey.
coal.